really don't like this woman. She's a good communicator. And so Joy Behar just offered her analysis on why Leavitt was picked for the role.
Hey, Rowan, I couldn't do that at 27. No nonsense, straight to the point, courage.
You'll be shocked by the drama that has been developing recently between Karoline Leavitt, Donald Trump's new White House press secretary, and the hosts of The View. It's the kind of juicy dispute that seems too crazy to be true, but here we get your popcorn ready because the fallout from this confrontation is nothing short of explosive. If you thought politics and daytime television couldn't collide in the most chaotic way possible, this story may prove you wrong.
I'm stunned and amazed by this new White House spokeswoman today. She's actually the youngest ever in that.
Let's establish the scene. The fact that 27-year-old Karoline Leavitt recently became the youngest person to hold the position of White House press secretary under Trump is enough to garner media attention. But what transpired during her first press brief truly got people talking. Leavitt didn't merely reiterate the standard talking points. She entered the conference determined to make a big impression and declared radical changes to the way the media will engage with her. You'd think that the focus would be on her policy changes or had a historic role, but some people couldn't help but make it personal, and to the audience of the daytime talk show, that's no stranger to Washington. The Trump administration is opening up access to podcasters, influencers, and independent journalists who have long felt excluded from the Washington elite. She even took a direct shot at legacy media, accusing them of losing the trust of regular Americans. Dispute two of the most vocal co-hosts, Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar, lost no time in getting into a heated argument. Let's just say that their statements were scathing. First, they took offense with Litt's comments regarding the lack of wokeness in federal financing. Whoopi, clearly irritated, asserted that she wouldn't even have her position if it weren't for the wokeness that was attacked.
So that it really pissed me off. And that was, she said, there will be no wokeness here. Let me explain.
She started off with an impassioned rant about how wokeness was the cause of opening doors for women. Doors that Leavitt, in her eyes, had passed through with ease.
Wokeness, you might not have that job. Yeah. Because women were not invited to that table.
Joy Behar, however, was the one who truly sparked the internet with what many are calling a blatantly inappropriate comment. Joyce implied that Leavitt only obtained her job due to her appearance, stating that she was likely put there because Donald Trump thought she was a 10. You know that's what it is, and that comment didn't just hurt. It took social media by storm. Critics from all sides were quick to accuse Behar of being unprofessional, hypocritical, and sexist. After all, isn't this the supporters of Leavitt quickly criticized the show, which prides itself on promoting women in leadership, by highlighting her impressive resume, which included working under Kayleigh McKinnon during the first Trump administration, serving as Elise Stefanik's communications director, and even running for Congress in New Hampshire. Whether you're a supporter or a hater, it's difficult to argue that she hasn't earned her spot at the podium.
Karoline Leavitt is just 27 years old. But boy, was she giving it to the Trump haters in her first White House briefing.
Joy's remarks were even more shocking because of the context in which they were made. Rather than being an impromptu remark made during a heated argument, they were a well-planned jab that was broadcast on national television, shocking viewers. Many people noted that the remark was not only disrespectful to Leavitt, but also undermined the hard-won advancements women have made in the workplace. Online critics were swift to expose the hypocrisy of one user's tweet. Joy Behar just demonstrated to us that she only supports women who share her views, not those who don't. Politics social media wasn't the only platform where the backlash occurred. A number of well-known conservative commentators also joined in, using the episode to draw attention to what they see to be the double standards in the media.
Is the press secretary at the White House doing a great job? Such a great job that the ladies at The View feel the green monster coming upon them.
Contributing to the fire's fuel during a recent TV appearance, former Trump press secretary Kayleigh McEnany offered her thoughts on the controversy, defending Leavitt and criticizing the views of the HSTs for their comments. It is disgusting to witness a young, gifted woman like Karoline being minimized to her appearance by those who profess to support equality. McCain stated that this is the reason why so many Americans have a mistrust of the media. They are more concerned with discrediting Republicans than having fruitful conversations. M's remarks swiftly went viral, escalating the already contentious discussion. While opponents accused M of exploiting the occasion to push her political agenda, supporters of Lit praised McKinney for taking the initiative. Points behind the scenes, ABC executives were apparently unhappy with the way things were getting out of hand, according to sources. According to reports, network executives had contacted The View's producers to ask them to handle the matter in a way that wouldn't turn off viewers, although it's unclear if such a directive will have any lasting effect. After all, the show thrives on its heated debates and contentious moments, and for better or worse, that's part of what keeps the audience tuning in. There is even conjecture that the co-hosts were asked to moderate their rhetoric going forward.
Isn't just making headlines, she's also rewriting history. At 27, the New Hampshire native has become the youngest White House press secretary.
Naturally, the drama continued after that. Insiders are speculating that Trump is seriously considering canceling The View entirely, calling it a show that perpetuates bias and disrespects women who don't align with its political views. While canceling an entire show may seem extreme, it wouldn't be the first time Trump has clashed with mainstream media outlets. Rumors began to circulate that the fallout from this episode of The View had reached Trump himself. If there's one thing we know about Trump, it's that he doesn't let a slight go unanswered. According to some reports, Trump's inner circle is already talking about ways to respond, maybe by urging conservative advertisers to stop supporting the show. If this is accurate, it could seriously harm The View's economy. Supporters of Leavitt contend that if a conservative man had made similar remarks about a liberal woman, the outcry would have been deafening. However, critics say that the remarks are being dismissed as just another example of the VI's partisan antics, and let's not forget the irony of Whoopi Goldberg criticizing Lit's lack of understanding about wokeness while simultaneously dismissing her accomplishments as somehow illegitimate. In the meantime, the controversy has sparked a larger conversation about the role of the media in politics and the dual standards that frequently apply. Viewers have expressed conflict on the subject, with some supporting the host's opinions and others demanding accountability.
Even factoring in that she's a nice-looking lady, I love that the libs' attacks on conservatives right now are that we're hot and cool.
However, wait until it gets according to Messier. The producers of Faust are frantically trying to repair the damage behind the scenes. Sources close to the show say that there have been talks about leaving it with an unofficial apology, but nothing has been confirmed. It seems that the backlash has been so strong that even some of the show's more liberal fans are questioning the host's behavior. If that wasn't enough, there are whispers that some advertisers are re-evaluating their partnerships with the program out of concern that the controversy would damage their reputation. Could this be the start of the end for the show as we know it? It's too soon to tell, but the strain is evident. In the days after her first news briefing, Lit seemed to be handling everything calmly. She has reaffirmed her commitment to allowing fresh voices to enter the White House newsroom and has insisted that the reforms are required to restore confidence with the American people. Additionally, she has been outspoken about her faith in response to suggestions that she should wear a gold cross during her briefings. "My Christian faith is a huge part of my life," she told one outlet, adding that it serves as the cornerstone of her conservative principles for her fans. Her unrepentant attitude is the exact reason she is such a divisive character and is unlikely to change her mind anytime soon.
Staunch Trump loyalist and unapologetic Gen Z conservative Leavitt's sharp rhetoric and bold social media presence have already made
The View is no stranger to controversy, but this particular incident seems to have touched a nerve in a way that few others have. Whether it's the timing of the players involved or the sheer outrage of the comments, it's obvious that this story isn't going away anytime soon. Will the hosts of The View respond to the backlash directly, or will they intensify their criticisms of believing it? And how will Trump react to what many perceive to be a blatant assault on one of his most trusted allies? There is no doubt that the battle lines have been established, and the fallout is still ongoing. The crucial question is whether this dispute represents a sea change in how. Tell us what you think in the comments section below, and until we meet again. Does the media portray women in positions of authority, or is this just another instance of the party split creating needless drama? If this narrative has taught us anything, it is that politics and daytime television combine to create an exciting ride. Stay tuned for further updates. Until we meet again, thanks for watching Visual Vortex.